Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are on lesson 127 of A Course in Miracles, the workbook. And today's lesson is titled, There is No Love But God's. Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think there is a kind of love for this, a kind for that, a way of loving one, another way of loving still another. Love is one. It has no separate parts and no degrees, no kinds nor levels, no divergencies and no distinctions. It is like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of His Son. It's who we are, what we are, where we came from, where we're going back to, but it's not even a movement to achieve. It just is, because we are as God created us, and God is only love. And so many religious teachings say God is love, but there's a caveat. He will judge so that you make the correction so He can love again. And it's just not the case. Because in God's eyes, through His love, there is no sin, just mistakes. It is impossible to sin when you are as He created you. The ego makes mistakes. The Son of God is just pure love, because that is what God is, all-encompassing. I'll keep reading because this is a biggie. Love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. He does not see that changing love must be impossible, and thus he thinks that he can love at times and hate at other times. He also thinks that love can be bestowed on one and yet remain itself, although it is withheld from others. To believe these things of love is not to understand it. If it could make such distinctions, it would have to judge between the righteous and the sinner and perceive the Son of God in separate parts. I mean, that society and what we've been taught growing up, there's just these levels of love, and it's not the truth of what love is. We've created it to be truth, but it actually isn't truth, and that's why love can be so confusing to us. It can hurt. Sometimes we withhold it because we are afraid that the real love that we are all seeking ultimately fails us in the end, or hurts, or just destroys us. Whether it's in, our parental relationships, romantic relationships, overgiving to our children, loving, and not getting back, especially when they're teenagers. And the reason why we're so weary of it, and we tend to hold back our own love because we just think if we just overgive, we're just not going to get it back. The reason why that feels so bad, and we're so mistrusting of the whole idea of love, or what we think is love, again, whether it be on the family end, romantic end, because it's not the truth of what love is. I mean, it's no wonder why we're so fearful of it. It's not what we think it is. This lesson is just hitting it on the head of what real love is, and all that fear, that worry, this I can't overgive because I'm going to get nailed. I'm going to get crushed because I've loved before, and none of it was the truth. Because the most authentic, truthful love is incapable of crushing, hurting, deceiving, deciding, being discerning on who you're going to love. I'm going to love this person a little bit more than this person. And a lot of it is because we're not getting it back. And that's like ego love. It's not clean. It's very messy. It's not love's truth, which is the love of God. Okay, let's keep going. Love cannot judge, as it is one itself. It looks on all as one. Its meaning lies in oneness, and it must elude the mind that thinks of it as partial or in part. There is no love but God's, and all of love is His. You know, it's like, it's almost relieving to know, oh, well, if that's what true love is, then I can kind of relieve my mind of all of this riddle I've created on trying to figure out, have I been in love? Have I ever truly loved? Do I love my parents, or did I just want things from my parents? I mean, you start to really question it does your head in. This whole idea of love has done our head in since probably puberty, and even before that, especially kids that have dealt with trauma from their parents. I mean, horrific experiences directly with their parents, thinking, well, I'm supposed to love my parents. They're my parents. I am taught to love my parents in this way, but horrific things are happening. I mean, so the whole idea of love and what we assign the definition of love can get so effed up from such a young age. Forget just the horrific stuff that maybe some parents do to their kids, just getting punished or disciplined, or when parents raise their voice at us when we were young. It doesn't feel like love. And they say, oh, but I'm doing this because I love you and I care about you and I want the best for you. And yet, as a child, or even as a young adult or adult, hearing that from another, it doesn't feel like love. Why? Because it's not. It's not. We don't know what that is. That's our ego trying to control, trying to get the best out of our kids, as an example. So there's some area of control there. That's not loving unconditionally. Especially when we're raising our voice and we get upset. It doesn't feel like love because it's not. It's not. We've all been guilty of being the yeller. We know we've received the punishment as well, the disciplining. And we weren't loving our parents, as an example, at that time when they were screaming at us, although we were telling ourselves we're loving our parents. But it's because we weren't aware of, first off, the truth of who we are in those moments. I mean, I certainly wasn't. I became aware about 10 years ago. And I'm old. So us not being aware, this is trying to get us to become aware. It is who you are. It is what you are. So there's no, you don't have to achieve this by finishing the workbook or going to a temple, making an offering, getting baptized. No. The awareness, that is the undoing of the mind. It might take some work to get there, but it is already who you are. So there's nothing to go to get that. And who you are is the love of God. Because you are as God created you. You are perfect love. Because you are connected to God. God is connected to us. Sorry, I just lost my place. There's no other principle that rules where love is not. Love is a law without an opposite. Its wholeness is the power holding everything as one. The link between the Father and the Son, which holds them both forever as the same. We are the same. And the only thing that defines our sameness and oneness is the love. And that love does not contain judgment and keeping tabs and points. Who's giving? We need to be of equal give and take. No, it's not even that. And well, through the true love comes the forgiveness, that compassion and kindness. And true forgiveness is seeing that love in another, that it is just inherently there. Like a light bulb looking at another light bulb. Even if one light bulb is turned off, the light is still there. It just needs to be switched on, but it doesn't make it less of a light bulb when it's turned off. And because there are emotions involved, light bulbs have no emotions. Of course, they're inanimate objects, but when there's emotions involved, it's forgiving ourselves for seeing, let's say, said light bulb, said human, something other than as a light bulb. It's just might not be turned on. But from human to human, I still know you are the light bulb. The only thing I want for you is to be able to turn on your light so you can feel your light. I know you are light. So there's nothing for me to feel hurt about or victimized. And I love you because that's what light bulbs do. Sorry, it's a little strange for me to use light bulb. I can't. It's almost like we have to treat each other like inanimate objects, like light to light. The ego kind of morphs us into these like very human-like figures with problems and personality flaws and all of that. Whereas if we could just simplify this, saying, hey, I'm a light bulb and you're a light bulb. Okay, great. We can go on happily ever after as two light bulbs, hopefully both turned on. And if one is turned on, maybe that'll give the hint to the other light bulb to turn on too. Oh, that's a pretty light. Oh, wait a minute. Can my light turn on too? You know, if we could simplify it like that, you know, the world, we'd end all world war, right? It's like, but it's not like that, is it? So this is why we do this. So we can all see each other as light bulbs, whether the light is turned on or not. Okay. Let me see if I can get back to my space because I'm always losing my place. No course whose purpose is to teach you to remember what you really are could fail, to emphasize that there can never be a difference. Difference in what you really are and what love is. Love's meaning is your own and shared by God himself. For what you are is what he is. There is no love but his, and what he is everything there is. There is no limit placed upon himself, and so are you unlimited as well. No law the world obeys can help you grasp love's meaning. What the world believes was made to hide love's meaning and to keep it dark and secret. There is not one principle the world upholds, but violates the truth of what love is and what you are as well. Seek not within the world to find yourself. Love is not found in darkness and in death, yet it is perfectly apparent to the eyes that see and ears that hear love's voice. Today we practice making free your mind of all the laws you think you must obey, of all the limits under which you live, and all the changes that you think are part of human destiny. That's a thing. It's like this is all the ego trying to manipulate and say, you have to do this and obey these laws, and completely contort yourself to truly be able to encapsulate the idea of love, receive it properly, give it properly, and wipe it all away. Clean it, just clean slate. Let's get to the brass tacks of what love truly is. And here is Jesus trying to tell us that God is the key to this love. And you don't have to do anything for him to open the door, for you to access this love. Because guess what? We are all in one. We are all one in truth, which is love. Okay. Today we take the largest single step this course requests in your advance towards its established goal. If you achieve the faintest glimmering of what love means today, you have advanced in distance without measure and in time beyond the count of years to your release. Let us together then be glad to give some time to God today and understand there is no better use for time than this. For 15 minutes twice today, escape from every law in which you now believe. Open your mind and rest. The world that seems to hold you prisoner can be escaped by anyone who does not hold it dear. Withdraw all value you have placed upon its meager offerings and senseless gifts, and let the gift of God replace them all. Call to your Father, certain that his voice will answer. He himself has promised this, and he himself will place a spark of truth within your mind wherever you give up a false belief, a dark illusion of your own reality and what love means. He will shine through your idle thoughts today and help you understand the truth of love. In loving gentleness, he will abide with you as you allow his voice to teach love's meaning to your clean and open mind. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to clear the slate, clean the slate of all the things we have assigned, the definitions and the layers and the levels and the hierarchy. We just want to get rid of all of it, just clean the slate. And when you can just have a clean, open mind, you will start to receive little breadcrumbs and start to feel the opening. Little openings, maybe within your heart, in your mind, of what this love is really about. And all of these assignments, parent-child, partnerships, business partnerships, best friendships, all of these are what Jesus calls special relationships. And special relationships are what we call ego love. They're conditional. Holy relationships, however, are the ones that you can speak truth without judging, without pretending to be something, to soften or to make another feel more comfortable. And when you can speak from your heart completely authentically, being yourself, and being so truthful and honest with where your mind is at. And it's not saying, okay, I have to tell you something. I think you are being a total bitch. I mean, that's like having some sort of I need to I need to kind of exert my power and really stand my ground, but I want to do it where it really gets their attention. I mean, true, authentic communicating with another is not being afraid. And you don't have to hurt somebody by communicating what is here. You don't have to use aggressive language either to get your point across. But a holy relationship is feeling so authentically you and not being afraid of really kind of speaking your truth. And when you are in alignment, you don't have to do it using terse language either. I mean, most of us probably are not in holy relationships. I mean, these are relationships where you can actually have a difference of opinion and still feel completely satisfied and fulfilled with that other person. Maybe having some difference of opinions, but also feeling the love for that person, because it goes beyond the things they're saying, their opinions, their political ideologies, whatever the case may be. It's a love that it just goes beyond anything they're saying, anything they're wearing, the way they're looking, their past, their future plans, who they're with, dating. The love just goes beyond that. Maybe maybe you are in a holy relationship, and it's a beautiful thing. It just feels like a true companion of feeling nurtured without feeling like you are stepping on them and crossing boundaries in feeling nurtured. There's like this empathetic personality trait versus a nurturing. There's a big difference. And when two people can nurture one another, wherever they are on this timeline, on their journey, and say, hey, I see you past all the problems, your past, anything that happened between us, you can just see past all of that and say, I still love you. Because my love that's streaming through me is the love from God. It's coursing through my veins. It is so much easier to project that love out to everyone when you are truly feeling God's love coursing through your veins. And that's the awareness we're trying to uncover. All of us are trying to take the blindfold off and just wake up to that love that is already there. Today, the legion of the future years of waiting for salvation disappears before the timelessness of what you learn. Let us give thanks today that we are spared a future like the past. Today, we will leave the past behind us, never more to be remembered. And we raise our eyes upon a different present where a future dawns unlike the past in every attribute. That's what I was saying. There is no past. When you feel love, when you feel God's love coursing through your veins and you're looking at another, there is no past. It's gone. What you see is the love that they are. You see God in them. Two light bulbs looking at each other. The world in infancy is newly born, and we will watch it grow in health and strength to shed its blessing upon all who come to learn to cast aside the world they thought was made in hate to be love's enemy. Now are they all made free along with us. Now are they all our brothers in God's love. We will remember them throughout the day because we cannot leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourself. At least 3 times an hour, think of one who makes the journey with you and who came to learn what you must learn. And as he comes to mind, give him this message from yourself. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's. There is no other love but God's, and that eradicates all of the determining components of how we used to assign love to another. Get rid of the rules. Get rid of the deciphering. Get rid of the scorekeeping. Get rid of the control. Get rid of all of it. And go back to the truth of who we are, of who you are. And that is love, God's love. Pounding on my bed right now. Damn it. Okay. Lesson 127. There is no love but God's. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you stayed to the end of this. I've really felt this lesson. I hope you did too. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Until next time, there is no love but God's. Be well.